Hello. Well, get right to it. This is from about a month ago. This was someone posted this to Twitter, and they had found this, and they were like, they had this idea of "you go, girl," and immediately several of us like, "Dude, this is against the law. This is actually a crime. It is someplace possibly felony." So let me kind of read this out to you, and then kind of I'm going to go over where it came from, and then a few state laws out there. So I'm not going to cover federal law because I'm going to cover that under a because this doesn't cross state lines, so technically it wouldn't be federal law. So this girl talks about there's really that she was hurt because her boyfriend had cheated. I'll kind of read it here. There's really nothing more to it. He cheated on me, and it hurt so bad. I've never been cheated on, and I've never thought about what to do if I was, but I knew that after I kicked him out and had all of his, and still had his computer, there's much I did. It's not much, but I did all my hysteric brain could. Did this in tears from 4 p.m. to 5 or so a.m. Okay, the guy cheated on you. That's bad. Well, hey, some people cheat. Guys and girls both have been cheated on, so it's kind of a two-way street there. I'm not going to get into the men suck, women suck type thing. Not get into that. Just it's kind of gender neutral. People cheating on people. Anybody with half a brain knows that. We can go into which gender is worse, but whatever. Starting off strong, I deleted his Minecraft worlds. Some years old. Okay. There's a computer crime. They're deleting data, getting into his computer without permission and deleting data. I deleted all his Pokemon on Pokemon Go one by one. There were hundreds. Then just to be sure, I permanently deleted his account. Got on his email and verified to deletion. Sent an email to himself replying to deletion with the header. This will feel almost as bad as getting cheated on. One by one again, I deleted his Spotify songs and playlists. Okay, that's can be redone. That's not, it's a nuisance, but you're still a crime. I kept all his Pokemon's cards, changed his Instagram name to I'm a pathetic serial cheater, and with all ugly photo of his face. Okay, the ugly photo of his face is kind of funny. Change his name is kind of funny. Still a crime, misdemeanor. That part's a misdemeanor. Finally, I deleted his Discord, and after deleting and leaving all his groups. Oh, yeah, that's a big crime there. I still feel like Lawson hurts because I did nothing compared to him. Actually, you did worse. See, what he did was not illegal. It was immoral, but not what you did was immoral and illegal. First off, let's go back up. First off, you got into his computer without permission. That's a crime. You deleted his Pokemon. You deleted his Minecraft worlds. You deleted data off a computer. That was a crime. You deleted all his Pokemon Go stuff. That was a crime. You went to his email and helped delete the account. That was a crime. You had all his Spotify songs and playlists. That was a crime. Misdemeanor. You kept all his Pokemon cards. Okay, that might, yeah, depending on the value of those cards, that could be as much as a felony. You changed his name and put an ugly photo of his face. That part right there is a misdemeanor. And if that's all you did was change his name and put an ugly photo, they wouldn't even charge you for that. They kind of laugh and go, and the only thing the judge might do, they wouldn't even take you to court probably for that. And you finally deleted his Discord after leaving all his groups. Well, the problem is you delete the groups that he's in. If he did not own that group and he was an admin for that group and that group was making money for someone, you just got yourself into a lot of trouble. Because not only are you going to jail, then you're also costing someone money, which means you which means you actually say tortiously interfered with a contract. I'm not sure how that works, but you definitely caused financial damage, which can also get you in trouble. So, kind of doing some more research, this person said, sorry, the person originally posted it, and also Ready Revenge removed the post because it was deemed too serious. In other words, you did something freaking illegal. You could make a felony probably. And if you go through, she goes, nothing really here. Here's the one it was. there's something here. I've trying to find it, but she was bitching about, griping about people didn't, that people in the hurt that said she should go to jail. Yeah, because you committed a crime. If you won't go through all this, you find that she was living with her parents, and so she's still living with her parents. He was living with her and her parents. So I'm going to go through some law. I'm from Texas. I live in Texas, so let's go over Texas law. A person commits an offense by knowingly accessing computer system without effective consent of the owner. These are a Class B misdemeanor, except the offense that is a state jail felony or above. Now, if the defendant, she hasn't been, I don't think she's been convicted of anything. But here's where it goes. If the aggravated amount is involved is less than $100, it's a Class C misdemeanor. Anything between $100 and $750 is a Class B misdemeanor. A Class A misdemeanor for $750 to $2,500. By the way, time you spent playing those games or what those little things are worth can be actually aggravated as, depending on how they do it. It is a state jail felony if the aggregate amount is $2,500 to $30,000. A felony of the third degree if the amount is $30,000 or less, but more than $150,000. Second degree felony between $150,000 and $300,000, and a first degree felony is over $300,000. I'm going to say that now what they do go through, if you read it through more, it does say that when they charge you for all of that, they charge you for all, they would take the value of all of that, put it together, and go, hey, babe, hey, lady, you go into jail. And this would probably end up being a felony. Because all they're going to have to do is, if they really want her, they can get her for the state jail felony or a felony of the third degree and stick her butt in jail. Period. Are they probably going to prosecute for something like this? Probably not, unless he pushes it. If he pushed it, I don't know what state she's in, so I'm just going to put up a few states. Okay, I'm going to put the most populated states. In California, for example, and I'm 502. I'm not going to read it all. Kind of go through here. The maximum fine required may range from $1,000 to $10,000, and based on what it is, term from 1 year. You serve in jail, state prison for at least a term of 1 year, 16 months, 2 years, or 3 years. So could get up to 3 years, and she would also have to pay compensatory damages to the victim who suffered losses resulting from that crime. Yeah. So they came to alternative sentencing. Dude, I'd just stick her butt in jail. And she still blame him. New York is a little different. I mean, a lot of there's very similarities. It's a tampering in the first degree. It's a Class C felony from 1 to 15 years. A fine of $5,000 double defendant. Computer trespass by first degree, a Class E felony, $5,000. There's also unauthorized use of computer and fourth degree computer tampering, a Class A misdemeanor, up to 1 year in jail, fine up to $1,000. So if she was in New York, she's looking from anywhere from up to a year in jail and $1,000 for misdemeanor, probably the Class C felony, because yeah. And now if the stuff she did on Discord was worth a lot of money to someone and she screwed them over on that, yeah, because with Discord you can get your account back within like 5 days, but anything that's been deleted, like Discord channels, they don't come back. And then I'll just stop at Florida. Florida, which is kind of interesting. Who want accusation. The only exceptions for a lot of these laws, if you're authorized to do it and you just accidentally screwed up. I didn't mean to. I actually deleted the wrong thing. Well, you can't go to jail because you were supposed to go and then you were doing your job and you just made a mistake. So let's get that one out. A third degree felony, third degree offensive computers users are pretty much, most of these are felonies. There's third degree felony, second degree at the purpose of damage computer equipment system or loss of at least $5,000. If they rate of what happened at least $5,000 or more dollars, she's in trouble, a lot of trouble. And I don't see anything here for Florida that has to do with misdemeanors. But then again, this is just a brief overview of the law. But most likely, she might plead down to a misdemeanor, depending on what it is. Or if they really wanted her, it would be a felony. So yeah, Florida, you don't mess around with computers in Florida. They will come after you. And and here's what it is: the person willfully, without authorization, of the following acts: introduces a computer contaminant. And willfully and knowingly means that if someone logged onto your computer and they forgot to log out, logged onto your computer, they went to like Google, like Gmail or Hotmail or something, and they forgot to log out, and you went onto the computer and accidentally got in there, went, oh shoot, this is so and so's, oops, that was an accident. Yeah, that's why you didn't mean to do that, because he forgot to log in, logged them out, it's like, whoops, sorry, I didn't mean to get in there. You're not in trouble for that because he forgot to log out, and you really didn't do anything wrong. If you did something, you didn't mean to, right? Because you're trying to clear out your stuff, not his. That's what I see as an exception here. But here it says, and I'm going to put this because willfully introduce a computer contaminant, renders unavailable data programs or supporting documents residing as external computer system, computer electronic device. So which means you log into someone else's account, destroys it, you're in trouble. Destroys data, programs, supporting documentation residing or existing internal or external to computer system, a computer networks or electronic device, or disclosure takes data, programs, supporting document that is trade secret. This last one really doesn't apply to her, but 1 and 2 does. So overall, I would say, yeah, don't do this. So overall, if someone leaves their stuff, leave their computer stuff alone, because if they come after you, you're going to be in a world of hurt when the cops come after you. That's it, and stay safe out there.